Ham Radio 2.0 Sunday night live stream. Thank you everyone for joining us. We're going to get started here shortly. This is my radio voice. Good evening, Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm kidding. Here's a real quick message from my friends at BridgeCom Systems. If you're a ham looking to get into DMR, you need to go check out their plug-and-play package, link in the description. It's a handheld DMR radio and digital hotspot combo that comes pre-programmed with all of your information so that all you have to do to get on the air is just turn it on and press the PTT button. You'll also get access to their beginner to expert courses about your DMR gear through BridgeCom University. Give them a call at 816-532-8451 to talk with their dedicated in-house radio advisors. They are happy to help you out. Thank you, BridgeCom, for supporting this channel.
What's happening, everybody? It's Joel Hoekstra here of Whitesnake. Just want to send a big shout out to my friends at Ham Radio Clubhouse. Hope you guys are doing awesome, man. Love you guys. Izzo, Beer Snack, Steve, Molson, Joe, Shane. You guys are rockers to the core. Even snuck in Here I Go Again at your graduation ceremony. Doesn't get more rock than that. Cheers, guys. Have a great one.
Okay, how cool was that? I'm going to have to do that one of these days. I'm going to have to get on Cameo.com and actually order something for myself. Oh, RF Field Tech says, is that Mike when he had hair? You know, Mike is the world's okayest guitar player. I'm pretty sure that guy's a little bit better. Oh, goodness. Thanks for joining the stream tonight, guys. Ham Radio 2.0 Sunday night live stream. I'm excited to bring on the nice folks from Ham Radio Clubhouse tonight. We're going to get to them here in just a second. But first of all, I wanted to tell you guys about a promotion, kind of a charitable thing that I've been doing over the last 3 weeks or so, something like that. Shortly before Thanksgiving, I started this thing called, I started telling people about gospelsocks.com. Now, long story short, last year, somewhere around this time, November, December, one of my Wednesday live streams, I got on there and I got on Amazon and I said, hey, go buy, this is gospelsocks.com, go buy socks and have them shipped to them. They supply brand new socks to homeless shelters in the North Texas area. It was started by a girl who was in the 8th grade at the time. I think she's in like the 10th or 11th grade now, so it's been 3 or 4 years. But it's a very vibrant charity here in the North Texas area. It is put on by my church. And without even trying, you guys stepped up last year, and I promoted it. I put it out there a couple times. You guys stepped up, and we got over 900 pairs of socks donated, like I said, without even trying. So this year, I set a goal for myself. I'm like, I would like my community to be able to donate 3,000 pairs of socks. We're going to do a Wednesday lunchtime live stream specifically dedicated to this goal in the next couple of weeks sometime. But I've been talking about it for a while. Go to gospelsocks.com. Frank just posted that link in the chat. Scroll down to the bottom of the front page. You can find a mailing address down there. All you got to do is go out to amazon.com, use my affiliate link, which I get commissions for, if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. Just go to Amazon, go to Walmart, go to target.com, whatever. Buy some socks, 1 pair, 10 pairs, whatever. Have them shipped to that address and put your ham radio call sign on it. Say, this is from ham radio operator, and put your call sign. That's it. That's all I ask you to do. So it's a good charitable organization here in the North Texas area, and they're nice people, and I've talked to them directly several times, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do this year with that effort to get more socks into the hands of homeless shelters here in North Texas. So, yes. So that is that. Okay, good deal. So let me give a special welcome to all the people in the chat, two different groups of people in the chat. Number one, let me welcome all the YouTube channel members. It's all these folks in here with green in their names. WB8EJS, Ed, thanks for joining here. Phil, W0RHP, you guys. Christiana's in the chat. Let's see, who else we got in there? Several other people, but YouTube channel members get a special logo to the right of their name, and they get their name in green. The folks who have their names in gray are just viewers, and I really appreciate you guys being here tonight. You want to be a viewer? I want as many viewers as we can get, so thank you for being here tonight. The folks in green are special YouTube channel members. Thank you for being here, and all the folks in blue are my moderators. So K at MRD is a moderator out there, so you guys should be scared right now. But he's all good. He's all good. So thank you, Jason, 2 Echo 1 Hotel Kilo Oscar for the £8.99 pound super chat. Appreciate that. I don't know is that 99 pence? Or is that £8 99 pence? Is that saying that right? I don't know. Might be, might be not. So Okie Rebel, welcome to Intro. Thank you for joining the YouTube channel membership tonight. Appreciate you being here tonight as well. So, and Reimagined, welcome to Amateur Extra. Thank you for joining the channel member tonight. Really appreciate you guys stepping up and supporting the channel. So, I've got the really nice guys. There's 6 of them, and I tagged 5 of them. I tagged all but Joe Brett. I was trying to leave him out, but he kind of weaseled his way in there. I'm just kidding. So Joe Brett's in there too, and we got all 6 of the great folks, really good friends of mine, from the Ham Radio Clubhouse on the stream tonight, and then of course Frank's in there with them too. So I'm gonna welcome those guys into the chat real quick. Where'd Molson go? Okay, I gotta unmute myself here. So I forgot. I mean, I don't know what happened to Molson. He's down there at the bottom somewhere. But I'm gonna bring. I gotta hold on. You guys are not unmuted yet, and I did that on purpose. I'm gonna. Yeah. Nobody. Yeah, I know you were. Yeah. See, I can hear you, but they can't yet. So, okay. All right. Let's just bite the bullet and bring everybody on. Hey, good evening.
Hey, good evening.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Where did Molson go? Where'd he go, man?
He may have to reset his router.
His Canadian internet, a moose tripped over the wire, and
they got
it was terrible.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
he'll be back soon.
Well,
that Starlink is just the best.
If he had Starlink, he wouldn't be having trouble. Let me just put it that way. So,
right.
I don't think he'd be having trouble with Starlink. So.
No,
all
that's
right.
Star Shower. That's his internet.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Oh gosh. Reimagined.
What?
I didn't realize that was you, dude. Okay, so Reimagined, who just joined my YouTube channel membership. I thought I recognized that name. So that's my nephew Bristow, who just got his AM radio license.
Bristow.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So he and I got on the repeater for the first time. I gave him some radios the other day. We went to dinner. The family went to dinner the other night, and I gave him a couple of Fang radios because everyone gets a Fang for the first radio, right?
Oh, of course.
So
The rite of passage.
So yeah. Let me tell you something. Okay, I'm gonna brag on him for just a minute. Okay. I gave him a tri-band Bofang, a 5 RX3, which is the Radiodity version, and I gave him a which one? Oh, I gave him the Redivis RT85, which is the same thing as the TYT UV88. So it's a dual band, analog only, $30 radio. Mm-hmm. Really, and in fact, I put a video up about that RT85 just a while back, and it's a pretty nice sounding radio. 200 channels in memory instead of just the 128 like most Bofangs have. Let me tell you something. I told him, I said, here, take these radios, go home, tinker with them. He's got his call sign. And I said, let me know if you have any trouble programming them. And he texted me like an hour or two later. He's like, yeah, these seem pretty straightforward. You want to get on the repeater? And he programmed He got on the repeater. I didn't tell him how to do anything. I didn't tell him how to set the CTCSS tone. I didn't tell him how to set the offset. I didn't tell him. In fact, he goes, can you hit this repeater next to me? And I said, well, no, I don't think I can hit that right now. I said, get on the Hurst repeater, 147.100. He goes, okay, what's the offset? plus 0.600. I said, is PO tone 110.9? He goes, okay. And like 2 minutes later, he was keying up the repeater.
Why don't you give him
front panel? Nice.
Y'all front panel. Yeah.
Front why don't you give him the DX Commander and he'll build it for you?
There it is.
Where's the mute button? I got to mute it on real quick.
Listen,
that's actually a good idea. Yeah.
We would all love to have, hey, Uncle Jason, listen, I would love to have, listen, I would love for you to be my uncle. You came in, that's a dream.
Oh man, I tell you what. So he's gonna, so I told him, so he passed his technician test. He only passed it by 1 or 2 more than you need to pass it. So he's at the bottom end of it. And I know. And the instructor guy says, hey, what do you call a doctor who passes all of his exams with the minimum score? And he's like, a doctor.
There you go. I like that kid.
Yeah. So I told him, I said, okay, Bristow, you got this fresh in your mind. And I bought him Ham Radio Prep. Okay. So Ham Radio Prep haters out there, sorry, but I bought him Ham Radio Prep. I sent it to him. I was like, go download the app. It's free. And I sent him the link to my videos on my channel months ago. So he's watched all those already. So I bought him Ham Radio Prep, and I was like, while it's fresh in your mind, go study for your general. Go get your general. He took the general test. He missed it by like 5 or something like that. And I was like, go. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that is good.
Yeah,
so I was like, go.
Jason,
what?
he would have got his general if he used Ham Study and not Ham Radio Prep.
Yeah, okay.
That's all.
In Canada, he already would have had the foundation and a few others. So, but
right.
Here's the thing.
Well,
Jason.
yeah, that's because in Canada, all you have to know is what's the offset for 2 meters plus 0.6. Here's your license. I mean, what do they know?
Yeah, but the reason why he didn't need your help is because he had Crash Course's help.
Yeah, that's probably
the California connection.
And Molson is no longer invited on the stream.
So it's going to be that. So it's going to be that kind of live stream. I didn't know that. Hold on, I gotta. Okay, all right.
But no, let's say reimagined. Listen to me.
Yeah.
Bristow 2.0 sounds like a great name. I'm just saying. Just think about it.
It does. Yeah. So.
And when you're ready to retake that general, reach out to the clubhouse, and we will take care of you, buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Well, see, and he wanted to take us. I was like, hey, man, we can get online and do a virtual test. And he's like, I kind of want to take it in person. I'm like, okay. So I took him down to a local club, but maybe we'll try to do the virtual test with the general. But my point in telling you all that is that I told him, I said, mark your calendar for the last weekend of January. I'm going to take you to Winter Field Day. So whether you have your general, I said, go get your general before then. But whether you have it or not, I'm gonna bring you out here. We're gonna operate as KN5TR, a club call sign, and while I'm gonna get you on the air, you're gonna operate Field Day.
He's gonna learn so much. Let's face. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care if he made it by 1 or 2. He's already learned so much just about what you said about programming and knowing PL and offsets.
Right.
This kid's good.
This
kid's good.
Yeah.
He's on his way.
He's in there for sure. Yeah.
If he builds your DX Commander, you have to film it.
Yes, that would be great.
Hey,
if he builds my Frank and I are going to build those together. But I tell you what, if he shows interest in building one of those, I'll buy him one. I don't care. I will buy him.
Uncle Jason.
Uncle Jason. He's got to get his general before he does that though, because that's an HF incentive.
That's an incentive. That's an incentive benchmark. Yep.
Yeah. But Uncle Jason, I got my extra.
Pretty much. What are you still, General?
And he got his reciprocal Canadian VA too.
Right. Yeah.
But Jason, I think you should give him a real incentive and say you'll not only buy him the DX Commander but a Flex Radio.
We can, he's not gonna. Let me just make it. He's not gonna be hurting. He's not gonna be hurting for radios.
Is he listening right now? Is he?
Yeah,
listening?
He's on there right now. Yeah,
have him come over Tuesday night. See Uncle Don and Uncle Joe and Uncle Shay. You see all.
I'm gonna have him on the stream soon. We're gonna bring it. He's 14, so we don't have to worry about the whole Copa thing with YouTube. So he's over 13, so we're good. He's 14. He'll be 15 in January. So we're good with that. So I told him, I was like, all right, dude. It was like, because I've been talking to him about getting his license for like 2 or 3 years. And I'm like, I can't bring you on the stream until you're like 14. Well, he turned 14 and went and got his license. So
nice.
So I'm like, okay, now we can bring you on the stream.
Is he old enough to have a cigar with me?
No.
His dad and I smoked
to buy cigars now.
To buy them, yeah.
What?
His dad and
When
I
did that
smoke
change?
cigars together.
Okay.
His dad is my brother, obviously. His dad and I smoke cigars together. I think he's probably still too. Let me put it this way: I'm not going to give him his first cigar. I can let his dad. I was like, I could give his dad I say, hey, give this to Bristow, and if his dad gives it to him, that's not on me. So you know.
Well, both of you guys should come on to the Clubhouse stream sometime so that you can tell the story of him. That'd be a great show for the Tuesday night.
What's his name? Bristol.
Bristow.
Bristow.
BRISTOE. TOE.
You are welcome. So, you are welcome. Tuesday night, you bring your uncle with you. You are welcome to come on to the Ham Radio Clubhouse, and you heard it here first.
So who wants to be the spokesperson for telling the audience what the Ham Radio Clubhouse is tonight?
That would be Don Izzo.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So go ahead, Don. It's all you, man.
Okay. So, guys, we like to have fun. But this is serious stuff now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We started this channel to have fun, and through some gracious donations, we said we're not going to keep it. We said that right off from day one. We are not doing this to become a millionaire, a zillionaire, whatever. And any money we get, we're going to give it back. We're going to pay it forward because so many people have and continue to help us in so many ways throughout the hobby. Okay. So what we're looking to do is create some packages of radio kits. It could be perhaps maybe a 2-meter HT with maybe a J-pole antenna. It could be another package, could be an HF radio, maybe a battery or power supply with maybe an end-fed half wave, and you're going to get on the air. That's what we want. We want you to get on the air. Now, one of the things that we have to, what happened? What happened? What did somebody say or do?
I don't know.
All right,
what are you doing, Don? What are you doing?
He's giving away equipment. He's giving away equipment. Yeah.
Supposed to be talking about the channel.
It's about the channel. It's about the channel.
It's a channel.
Hey, Don, ignore the haters. Keep going.
All right. Keep hating. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Listen, you QRs that guy. Shut up. Now listen. So, but what we're going to do, one of the things that the six of us have decided that you're just not going to put a 1 in the chat and we're going to give it away like how we do our stickers and anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to kind of tell us why you want it, and we're going to create some criteria for everybody. Like you're going to have to maybe create 500 words or less, why you want the equipment, what are you going to do with it, if you're having maybe some hard times, if you're going through some hard times. We get it. We've all been there. And we know what it's like. We have not forgotten where we came from. Okay. So again, this is going to be coming up in the next few months. We also have a 1-year anniversary.
When is that?
That's in March. For some reason, nobody has thrown us off the radio. My wife keeps telling me to come out here and do this. So but
well, you guys get with me. You guys get with me after that, and we'll do something special for your 1 year. But
thank you.
Hey, that's all good information, Don. But I wanted like a little bit more basic. Like, what is Ham Radio Clubhouse?
Oh man, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted me to talk about our upcoming stuff.
No, it's okay. That's okay.
This is why they're all laughing at me.
That was the after chat, man.
It's okay. I mean, I wanted to talk about that also. We're just going out of order here. But for those who don't know what Ham Radio Clubhouse is, but that's
broke the seal.
So yeah.
All right, then Shane, you tell them what we're about. You tell them how it all started, Shane.
Okay.
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself.
The first thing.
I hate every one of y'all.
Oh God,
rookies.
I'm gonna whack you with this.
This is y'all. This is their. Most of these guys. This is their first time on YouTube. Forgive them.
Yeah. Thank you. So the Ham Radio Clubhouse was born out of a group of jackwagons that got on Discord and had a virtual conversation with our friends. It was during the pandemic. No one was having meetings. No one was having anything. We couldn't go out to bars, couldn't go out to anything. So we said, you know what? Let's get sauced on Discord and have a, shoot the breeze kind of thing. I can't say what I really want to say because this is Jason streaming. He's monetized. Right. So what did we do? That's exactly what we did. We got on Joe Brett's Discord. We took that over. Created a virtual channel where people could come in and turn on their cameras, and if you wanted to sit back, smoke a cigar, have whiskey, whatever, talk about radio, talk about what you did last week, that's where you came. And we did that usually 1 or 2 nights a week. And it just really got so popular that we were like, you know what? Everyone else is locked down. Everybody else is living through this nightmare. So why don't we just share it on YouTube? And maybe some people would want to come join us in the chat, come hang out with us, drink their favorite beverage. Don't worry about being politically correct or, dropping an F-bomb every now and then. We're not monetized or anything like or anything like that. So we're like, you know what? So let's just do it. So that's what we did. We created the channel, and the 6 of us started off. The 6 of us just sitting around talking about radio, talking about how bad work sucked, stuff like that. And it was just a way to bring our friends together. And none of us knew each other. I met Joe Brett by accident because I was on HF one night. I just got my antenna hooked up in the apartment, and I happened to run across someone who was on his Discord, who was broadcasting live on YouTube, made a contact with him. He's like, hey, you should come join us on Discord. I was like, what the hell is Discord? So he sent me the link. He shot me an email after he logged the contact in Zed, shot me an email, and the rest is kind of history. Met Joe Brett, met all of you guys that way. Otherwise, I wouldn't have met any of you guys. So, but yeah, I mean, it was started. I know it sucks. You're stuck with me, buddy. I'm sorry.
So it's Joe Brett's fault, is what you're saying.
Yes, it is.
Joe Brett's fault.
He started. He even made me start a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yeah. I tell you what, the first time I saw one of Shane's videos, I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good POTA video. I was like, wait a minute, that guy's in freaking North Texas. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? What? My God. So anyway, yeah, good deal. All right, cool. Well, let me switch this back real quick. Yeah. So let me, I kind of got sidetracked at the beginning here. So
That's my fault.
No. Before that, I got sidetracked before that. So let me also give a special welcome to those of you listening on the audio only stream. So most of these videos that I put on my YouTube channel, I cut out the audio and I put them up on a service called Spreaker, and Spreaker spits them out to iTunes, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Amazon, a couple other places as well. And a lot of people, and these live streams, especially the live streams where I'm interviewing a guest or a couple guests, are very popular on the audio only side because you don't really need to see anything to know what's happening in the stream. We're just kind of talking tonight. Those of you listening on the audio side, be sure to go, if you're going, whatever service you're going through, Ham Radio Clubhouse also has a Spreaker account that spits out to all these other services. And I when they first started out, I was like, guys, y'all should do this audio thing. This back and forth ad lib you do is great content for audio listeners. And, I always thought the audio thing, and the reason I have an audio rip is because at the very beginning, 4 or 5 years ago, I used to get people coming by the channel like, hey, I really would like it if you do an audio thing because I listen while I'm driving. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But how many people are going to listen if I put up audio? Like 3 of you? Well, I finally did it. Enough people contacted me, and I finally did it. And I'm telling you, I've got like 30,000 audio listeners now across all the platforms. Last I checked. Yeah. So I really appreciate all you audio guys being out there. Thank you very much for listening. And go if you're interested in ham radio content, Ham Radio Clubhouse is out there as well on all the platforms. So be sure to go subscribe to them.
Disclosure.
Go ahead, Molson.
Full disclosure. Who?
Yeah. Was that Molson or?
Well,
I don't know.
I wasn't going to say this, but
you done made it mad.
Go ahead.
Oh man, Jason, you better give away a radio.
Here we go.
I have a disclaimer.
Dan's wearing my T-shirt, so he's good. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, who designed it?
Yeah, yeah.
Disclaimer for the Ham Radio Clubhouse podcast listeners. Okay.
Yeah.
You will hear a lot of things. We are not responsible for motor vehicle accidents, hot fluids landing in your lap, anything landing all over your dashboard, or your keyboard being ruined because you laughed too hard. We are not responsible. Done and done.
Right. Yeah.
Do not operate machinery.
Right.
Well, I mean, you can drive. Just drive your car.
Yeah. Just be very careful. Just very careful.
Great for the commute to work.
Yeah, and if you have kids, wear headphones. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
To tell you guys, when Jason was doing the intro, we were talking about vasectomies. That's how bad it gets sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna keep.
Why
it
you give
here.
away that?
Jason's
we just
channel.
keep stay backstage. Why'd you gotta say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the green
It
room
used to
means
be what
nothing to
happens
Daniel.
backstage.
The green
Stays
room.
backstage.
It's
but-
truly a group of people hanging out like a clubhouse is really what it is. It's not it's we talk about radio and we talk about life. It's a great time. We interact with everybody in the chat, and it's just a really good time of conversation. And I love it. It's great. It's a sanity break on Tuesdays, is what it is. So.
Exactly. Somebody said we'll stay on we'll start a topic, and then someone will say "quote unquote" squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
We're off. We're off on one topic, and then sometimes we'll actually go back to what we were, and we'll pick up exactly. That's the magic. Sometimes when I've listened to our shows, or even the podcast, I'll catch. I'm like, wait a minute, 15 minutes ago we were talking about some antenna, and next thing you know, I don't know if it's accidentally or just we got back right on topic, and we didn't even miss a beat.
Right.
And that's when I knew the magic of our friendship. I mean, we have become we're tight. We are we are family. We share emergency numbers. We've talked about personal things, obviously offline, in our lives. I mean, we have helped each other in times of when your butt is getting kicked by life and you just need someone to talk to. And I mean, that's what we're here for. This is guys, this is sometimes a little bit more than a ham radio clubhouse per se. I mean, I wish I found these guys 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I can attest to the sanity break because everyone knows how crazy the airline world was this summertime. And Tuesday night was my way to like switch off everything, all the BS that had been going on throughout the week, and just to come hang out with my buddies and just razz each other or learn something new. We have Don in 5SKT. He comes in quite a bit, drops a little bit of the Don knowledge on us. I've learned so much just by hanging out with these guys, and we like to have fun and cut up, but you actually do pick up a few things on the show.
The funniest part is Joe and Shane have been editing down it's roughly a 2-hour stream most weeks.
Yeah.
And they've been editing it down into like a smaller playlist where we talk about a specific topic. So, hey, you're new to the hobby. What should you do? And the worst part is that you go through 2 hours of a lot of conversation.
And it's a 25-minute video.
No, it's a 10-minute video.
It's 10 minutes condensed. It's sort of like making a YouTube video where you got 5 hours. You want to condense it down to 13 minutes plus a 2-minute ape dance. It's not going to work. How you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really easy to do with ours.
So I got a question in the chat from Scout75. You guys know him. He's in
yes. Skip it.
No, we're not answering his question unless he proves to us that he's made his chair squeak pretty.
Yeah. And he got an antenna stuck up in a big tree the other day or yesterday. So guess what?
So whatever happens on y'all's channel stays on y'all's channel. On my channel, that's okay. So
we gotta take
he says no, he really asks who does your artwork photos for their thumbnails. Whoever does it does a great job. Who does y'all's artwork?
Well, thank you.
That's Shane.
Thank you so much.
Shane's awesome.
That guy.
Shane is awesome. Yep.
There you go.
He's an artist.
We all contribute. It's amazing. We really haven't really sat down and said, hey, you do this. This is your thing. Have it done by a certain date. We all it just kind of fell into our laps of, someone does something and we all know. We don't have to be told to do something. That's the fun of it. And none of this is rehearsed. When you listen to us at 7:00 on Tuesday nights when it starts, right after that and Shane was another one. He takes care of all the music. Okay. And he doesn't have to ask us, do we like it? Because we know what he's going to pick out. We're all going to like it. And we're all going to be in the background, and
if you don't, I really don't care anyway. But
it doesn't make a difference.
Essentially,
y'all need
Shane
to record that because every one of y'all I know is dancing, and I'm dancing when I'm on stream and when that background music's playing. I'm like doing a little jig or something.
We're all playing air guitar.
A friend of mine came onto the show and actually made an MP4 for us.
MP3.
MP3.
MP4 is a video.
Well, I like the force, but anyway.
Listen,
but
Don
even that was
calls a
out.
meme. Don calls a meme a meme.
No, I wrote those things down.
He's like, who came up with that meme? And it's like,
no, I have a cheat sheet now. I have a cheat sheet of certain words that have to be said are going to.
Hey,
so I don't.
You guys don't make fun of the older guys because soon you will become them.
I already am.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Have fun until we
Still
do.
make fun of them.
We don't practice nothing. Literally, when we go,
Yeah.
there have been like 15 minutes before a show. We're like,
Yeah.
what should we talk about? Because we don't talk like the night before. We don't meet
Been
the
there.
night before. Yeah, we just kind of.
Yeah, it's pretty evident. It's pretty evident in the quality. So.
Yeah.
No.
So
but-
use all your individual channels to make the serious videos, and use the Clubhouse to just do a.
That's it, man.
I mean, that's what you know. What that is what my monthly happy hour is for. I tell people the happy hour is what would happen if we all lived in the same area and we just said, "Hey, let's go meet at a bar or a restaurant tonight and just hang out together." Okay. The happy
God, that
hour
would
is
be a
the
travesty.
yeah, it would be. Yeah,
it was a
we'd have to
travesty
pick. We'd have to pick a new bar every month because we get kicked out of the place to go. But that's what the happy hour, the virtual happy hour on my channel is about. It really doesn't have anything to do with ham radio itself, but we're all ham radio operators. We talk about ham radio stuff, but we talk about all kinds of other stuff too. But it's kind of a release from, hey, let's do a new video about this antenna. Let's do a new video about this power supply. And I love doing that. I absolutely love doing that. But it's just kind of like, hey, we're kind of normal people when we're outside of the whole ham radio world. Let's just hang out and have fun together.
Well,
that's what the happy hour is about. And that's what I like about y'all's stream. I think it's kind of the same way.
To compliment the happy hour and y'all stream, my some of the Friday nights, game nights I've been hosting over on Twitch, is we're not really talking about radio. It's just let's all get on there and play some Jackbox games and cut up and try to figure out some trivia that no one else knows about and so obscure.
Kyle's
Like,
good at that.
Who knows
Yeah,
that?
Kyle is good at that. Yeah,
Kyle's good at that.
Man, he is the man.
Yeah, his trivia nights are very well done.
After
In
his
fact,
last trivia, I thought I was gonna have to go take the general test again because I so many of the questions. I was like, they gave me a license.
So this month, generally speaking, I try to do the happy hour on the second Friday of the month. About 9 times out of 10, I miss that date. So this month, the happy hour is the third Friday of the month because I've got plans on the second. I'm going to be out at my hunting lease the second Friday. So that night is going to be another trivia night at 7 and happy hour at 8. It's going to be another combo night, and those are always really fun to do.
You should keep it like that though. That's kind of fun to do the trivia, then roll it to the happy hour.
It's really kind of up to Kyle. He kind of claimed. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. He kind of claimed the third Friday, and he likes going at 8 o'clock on Friday, and I have the happy hour at 8. So every time I ask him, I was like, "Do you mind if we combine this night?" He's like, "That's fine. I'll move an hour earlier." So he changes his time for me, and he's very gracious about that.
Yeah.
But I think he gets more people watching because I usually kind of promote it that way as well. So it might be a give or take thing, but if he's willing to do that, I might be willing to do that.
I'm actually moving my Sunday or Fridays because I'm doing it every other Friday to offset Kyle's thing. And I thought you and Kyle were going to be doing it back to back because this is like the second or third time it happened like that. So that's why I was just trying to offset.
No, last month I was like the last Friday because it was just a screwy month. But I think in October we did it the same weekend, but not in November.
Or are you just so special you just throw it on there when you want and
but he gets it done. So.
That's what KMRD does, so why can't I do it? But
right?
Yeah. So, in fact, yeah, but so cool. Well, where do you guys? So you guys got about 640 subs on YouTube right now. 640. Let me see. In fact, I think it was like 615 earlier. So I think there's 641. So you guys are getting subs from this stream tonight, which I love.
Each and every one of you for that.
Yeah, I love, and you know, I'm gonna be serious for about 35 seconds. So everyone hit record, okay? I've got a channel with almost 99,000 subs, okay, and I've been doing this for 6.5, almost 7 years. I absolutely 110% love it when I bring on smaller channels, newer channels, whatever, and I can promote them and say these guys are doing something that's really cool. Some of it I do, some of it I don't do, but these guys are doing something that's really cool inside of the ham radio community. You guys should go sub, and then you guys see a big boost from it. I really, really enjoy being able to do that.
Thank you. So
it's just a fun. I have fun doing that. I really do.
Oh,
Stephen Mulvey, $20 New Zealand money super chat. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
Is the Discord voice channel tied into the stream? I was wondering if I could hop into the voice chat. No, it is not. So there's a my Discord, hamradio2.com/Discord. Frank, you can share that link if you want to. My Discord has a text channel just called Livestream Chat, and you can go in there and type in the Discord to show up in the stream in the YouTube chat. But there's no audio. No, that does not. It's not how that works.
I do that on my game nights. I tie it all in.
Okay, so Frank ties it in. But once you get to a certain level, it won't work very well anymore. You'll kind of overload the system. So you
have to back it down to just doing audio and not doing video.
Yeah.
But hey, Steve, if you have a question, put it in the chat. We'll keep an eye out.
Right.
for it, man.
Right. Totally.
But Jason,
Scout 75 also with the 556 super chat trivia night and happy hour should be the same night.
Scout.
Cool. I'll hit up Kyle.
Man, Shane, you're awesome.
Yeah,
he's
a great guy. I love
having
him on.
We call it Shane Team 6 because I'm also Shane, and when we're in the stream together, magic happens.
Magic happens.
Trouble happens. That's what happens.
Trouble happens.
No,
That's why
it's
we have to
magic.
separate your
Bang,
squares.
bang.
It's magic.
Wow. Yeah.
we have to. When they're both in the stream together, we kind of have to change the way we speak. We're like, okay, kids, what do you have to say now?
He's 800 miles away.
Take out the juice box.
Oh, Jason.
Take out the cheese.
Yeah.
doodles.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, we built a pretty awesome. Well, we haven't built it. The community built themselves. They've come around our channel, and so we're actually an official ham radio club. Whiskey 2 Hotel Romeo Charlie is our call sign. It is an official club, registered fully, and we try to do stuff together. And so obviously we have the POTA Support Your Parks thing where we have people who are not. We're the 6 main people, but we have all.
You guys won an award in December or October.
Yes.
October. Yeah, you guys won an award for your club call in October. I remember Shane came out to our meetup in July and was operating as Whiskey 2 Hotel Romeo Charlie Stroke 5.
Yep.
So that was fun to see. So talk about your club, please. That's a great idea.
So it's a real registered club. Like we're official. We're official, and. Whiskey 2 Hotel Romeo Charlie. And like Don was saying, I guess we might as well kind of talk about what Don was saying is we've really been thinking about how can we give back to our community. That's been from the beginning. Yes. And so we were actually hoping to talk with you, Jason, at the end of the stream, but we have been graciously receiving, we have amazing supporters who've been wanting to support us. And we've always been committed to give back. And so we have been developing a program to give back. We want to encourage people who've been licensed in the last year. And so everything we've received above and beyond our operating costs is fully going into it. We are going to announce everything officially, the details of it in one of our streams coming up. But we truly, honestly believe in our community that we have. We love what is being developed right here. And the reality is that it's not like, 2 hours of like lectures and not lectures, but like explanation, but it's really is a group of brothers and sisters getting together, having a good time with a common interest in ham radio. And we have a passive aggressive, unoffensive way of talking about a lot of topics. And it really stirs the pot. We have a great time. Everybody leaves happy, except for me. I don't sleep till like 1 a.m. saying, what the heck did I say?
Who did I make mad this week?
And that goes back to that bouncer comment from Steve, or who was it? Not Steve. One of the guys before who gave you a $2 super chat said,
Dave Davenport.
Yeah, about getting kicked off by a bouncer on a live stream. I've tried, man. They won't kick me off any stream. All I gotta say is I've tried.
Just you wait, buddy. It's coming.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. So Frank post the link to their channel in the chat again, please. William Charon, I'm probably saying your name wrong. I'm sorry. Will you post a link to their channel? KE8WPC. We posted that earlier, but there's people that come and go in the chat, so it's cool.
Yep.
So
it's
post
in
that
there
link
now.
again if you don't mind. So those of you watching on Team Replay, the link to their channel is in the description, so you can go check it out there. So yeah, cool. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Daniel Molson, I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say after the stream. So yeah, however I can help you guys promote what you want to do, I am happy to do that. Like I've said before, I really like what you guys are doing. The guys at Gigaparts I'm not trying to blow my own horn here, but the guys at Gigaparts came to me and they're like, "Hey, we've got 6 or 7 or 8 spots for the Huntsville Hamfest last August." I'm like, who do you want? Can you recommend anybody? And they already had like 4 or 5 people, including me. I was like, yeah. I was like, give the one to the Ham Radio Clubhouse because I really like what they do. They have a great community, just really great attitude about everything. So you guys had a spot at the Gigaparts booth in August.
That was a lot of fun.
During the
They'll live
Hamfest.
stream that.
We did. It is our third most popular
So,
live stream yet.
That was
great.
fun to watch.
That's great.
Was that because when Kyle showed up, he just
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was
realized that we were live. I just had my cell phone up on the table, and I was like, "Oh, let's just hit the go live."
Yeah.
And nobody knew that we were live because even Jason walked by with his giant freaking antenna. He's like, "Look what I just got, guys!"
Yeah. The Tar Heel. Yeah. No, so
I was like, I just bought it for the mount, but here you go.
Yeah, I spoke to Gigaparts on the phone last week. I talked to them on the phone a lot. They're really interested in supporting the YouTuber community, and they said, "Hey, do you think that we should do again in Orlando what we did in Huntsville?" And I said, "Yes, do that." And they're like, "Okay." So we don't have anything nailed down yet, but be expecting Gigaparts, who's been a great supporter of the YouTube community, the Ham Radio YouTube community at large, to be doing something at Orlando. And if you guys are not, everybody here going to Orlando, except for Molson, of course, he can't leave the country. But everybody else going to Orlando,
I am to be determined. My work.
Oh man, you should schedule that now. Just put in a request to your job. Schedule that. That is a freaking fantastic show. It is the second largest Hamfest in the United States. And it is, if you only go to 2 Hamfests next year, go to Orlando in February and go to Hamvention in May. And besides local stuff.
So you think
not Huntsville? I'm
gonna go back to. I had a really good time at Huntsville. Nothing against Huntsville at all. Huntsville is just not as big as those other 2. Yeah. Okay.
Huntsville was amazing.
It was amazing, and Huntsville got a really big shot in the arm this last year because it was the first major Hamfest to happen after COVID.
After the lockdown.
So I am hoping, and I will do my best to promote it on my part. I'm hoping that they have a really good attendance this year. I am absolutely 100% going back to Huntsville. They have Montesano State Park is a freaking awesome place to take a camper to and hang out at. It's a POTA spot. I mean, you can just sit there and POTA the whole weekend. Yep. It's a really great venue. They are real supportive of the YouTubers. Now, Gigaparts is a retailer. Okay, so I'm talking about Gigaparts a minute ago, but the Huntsville Hamfest chairman, the guy who was in charge of the whole show, Mark, he was supportive of all the YouTubers being there at his show.
Yeah. And give us a form.
Right, yeah. And the Orlando guys the Orlando guys are really cool also, but Mark and the guys at Huntsville were the first ones to ever come to me and to several of us and say, "Hey, what can we do for you guys? We want you guys to promote our stuff." And I'm like, "Let's do it. Let's work together." So, and they were great. There's nothing bad to say about those guys at all. I'm looking very forward to going back to Huntsville next year. So,
somebody already stole my cabin though.
Oh, well.
I think Joe Brett's already reserved his cabin.
That was who stole it.
Cabin and a case of tin cup.
Hey, listen.
Joe Brett needs to have a cabin with a spare bedroom for his wife to be in after all the peanut butter whiskey.
That's why I reserved that cabin.
It was literally, where did she go?
At least she knows where to go.
I'm hoping
Joe Brett's wife. Joe Brett's wife was so cool. She was just one of the guys all weekend. She was really fun to hang out with. But I hope she doesn't get mad because we've teased her nonstop since then. So.
Us too.
She owns up to
it. She already knows where that cabin's located.
She has a key already.
Yeah.
So mental note: we got to bring spinach dip and peanut butter whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. Peanut butter whiskey. Yeah.
You cannot forget the spinach dip. The wrath will come from Mississippi.
Talking about Florida again. You think we're going to try to do another meetup like we did over in Hamcation?
Sure.
Or Huntsville? I mean, it was phenomenal sitting there meeting all the fans and everyone else from the YouTube sphere.
In fact, we'll probably do the meetup in Orlando. Orlando has a huge, which you know this, Frank, you were there last year. Orlando has a huge campground on the back of the facility where they have the Hamfest. So we'll probably just do a thing at the RV spot and maybe have a couple of RV guys get together and, hang out together. And we'll probably just say, hey, everybody go to the back of the campground. We're just going to hang out there and make a bunch of noise because nobody will care. So we'll probably do that. I would think I've talked to a couple of people about that already, but yeah, we're going to do something because it was just an incredibly fun time at Huntsville last August. And I want to do that in February in Orlando, and I want to do that in Dayton next May as well.
My request is if you pour me some whiskey next time, don't do it as heavy-handed I got there at Huntsville. It was like, Tank, how's it going, man? Let me pour you some whiskey. Yeah, it's been great meeting you, man. What's going on? Tell me.
Nobody's forcing you to drink that, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Oh, it was amazing.
You know, you can sip that. You don't have to chug that.
Yes.
Sip.
Yes.
I'm already on my
shot.
Third glass tonight.
Yeah.
Come on now.
He's filling up a Rudy's cup.
Oh, he held up the right amount of fingers too, so he's not.
I was about to say, at least we got the right amount of fingers there.
That's right. That's right.
There you go. See, there you go. He's pouring in a Rudy's.
No, it doesn't go in the Rudy's. I got my own little glass. The Rudy's is water, and I have the backup water.
At least you drinking water.
Yeah. And this is just iced tea tonight.
I got to go to work. No, this is real stuff. Real stuff. Why you got to let that out of the bag?
So, yeah. So if you guys are doing the kit giveaway things that Izzo was talking about at the beginning, have you decided what equipment you're going to include in that kit?
I'll take that.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Shane.
So not yet. That's one of the things we want to talk to you about after the stream.
Okay.
But it will be somewhere along the lines of something. Maybe QRP, maybe maybe QRL,
we have ideas.
depending on what we can come up with. But yeah,
I wouldn't do QRP if you're talking about an HT and like FM stuff. I wouldn't.
No. It's gonna be it'll be a full kit, meaning UHF, VHF, and HF.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've already got a gracious donation from one of our viewers for the kit that's covering the UHF or VHF side of it. So.
Okay.
That's kind of where we're leaning, but we want it to cater to an individual who is ready to go, general, that has the ability now with our assistance, they can get on HF if they want, they can get on the repeaters if they want, but it provides them the avenue to make that happen.
Right.
Okay.
In other words, the Tank missed it.
Oh, I was about to say, where do I enter? Come on now.
It really has. So Jason, it's a really interesting it spins off from a very interesting topic, and that's a question of what do you need and what is the accessibility of equipment to a new operator, right? Because that's kind of like the debate that always happens. What do you need? What is the requirements? Do I need that new $3,000 rig? And so the premise of it was really, it's kind of a twofold thing. Let's talk about it, guys. The idea is if you go to any website right now, there's not really suggestions of kits.
Right.
That's the first thing. There's like, what do you need for an HF? Because a lot of other industries, you go and they say, hey, if you buy this, this, and this, it's a kit. Here's the kit price, and you're good to go. And it's a twofold. Number one is it's aggressively priced, but number two, the first thing is aggressively priced, but number two is it's steering you in the direction of something that is sufficient to get you there as a starter. And so what we feel that's lacking is really that guidance and saying, hey, you have kit A, kit B, and kit C. So one of the first things was, how can we encourage people who are new to the hobby to say, hey, this is a great opportunity. You're not obligated, but here's our suggestion if you're interested in POTA. Here's our suggestion if you're interested in HF. And so designing of kits, and maybe it's 1, 2, or 3 kits with the assistance of other people, not us exclusively, but with the assistance of people like you, maybe Gigaparts, who want to help out with this, because it's not only something that's localized or just to us as far as for this giveaway, but it's an opportunity for somebody else to get involved and say, hey, we can give guidance, right?
Right.
And then the other part of that is that with that idea, that conversation we had, is we've been blessed by so many of our viewers who want to give us donations.
Yeah.
And we're like, listen, we don't need it, but we want to save that and give it back. And so we're like, hey, we have an opportunity to show our thanks, our appreciation for our viewers. And so what we've had in the last year, there's a lot of people who become new into the hobby. Maybe it's a new technician, a new general. And so we were like, how do we give them an opportunity? Because we know people who have waited over a year because they're saving for that special radio that everybody else has. And so it's almost like keeping up with the Jones mentality, right? And it's like the biggest thing is get on the air. So
analysis paralysis. That's the biggest thing.
Fun.
Right. Analysis paralysis.
Right.
Oh, the F word.
So
who said the F word?
The F
Who
word.
said that F word?
F word. Drink.
Yep.
It does. In the immortal words of Adam, it doesn't have to be fun to be fun.
Right.
Of course.
So it's a big topic. It's stemmed from a big conversation and a big topic, and that's where it's a little bit more than a 5-second intro. But at the end of the day, we want to show people who support us our love and our thankfulness to them, and at the same time, is trying to do something for the hobby and make it more accessible with guidance because that's how people are, right? Like people are like, well, bread maker on Amazon, and they find the first one at the best price, they buy it. Well, why? Right. They don't know anything about the machine. They don't know how good it is. And so it's kind of like trying to, as a group of, like, I'm not a specialist in anything ham radio, and I don't think any of us feel that way, but the collective of us all can help out with our experience.
I'm a POTA genius, so.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I'm a POTA PhD.
Mike still has you beat, so I don't want to hear
I can
you dirty dog. You dirty dog.
I can offer an opinion on anything that I'm pretty sure is better than your opinion. So I'm a very confident opinion thrower. So how's that?
We're on your channel. We'll give you that one.
Okay. No, I think the
house wins.
Yeah, I think the whole giving back thing is great. Those of you who are not signed up yet, please sign up. Frank, I think you have this link. So I'm giving away a Flex Radio 6400M when this channel hits 100,000 subscribers. I am buying that radio. They're not giving it to me. They're not donating it. Now they said they might give me somewhat of a discount, but either way, I have to shell up money up front. But the reason I want to do that is because the ham radio community has been so good to me. So I hear what you guys are saying, and I'd like to be involved in whatever you're doing. So we'll talk about it after stream, of course. But yeah, that's I think doing giveaways, getting people on the air, getting people interested in radio. That's really what it's all about. I run a YouTube channel about ham radio because I love ham radio. Yes, I do it. My channel's monetized. I have affiliate links. I do this and that and the other to make money. But if all I cared about was making money, I'd go make videos about Android phones or something that people actually have heard of. Okay.
Where you get millions of views. Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
The reason I stick to my ham radio channel is because I love ham radio.
It's such a niche. It's such a niche. And the fact that you carved out, you and Josh have carved out such a fantastic group of people that have come to this and have adopted the online community as being, you know what?
Right.
Maybe I don't have a club close by, but I have these guys that are my new club.
I got a public service announcement. I got a public service announcement.
He's stumbling.
Guys, I just signed up for the giveaway. I just signed up for the giveaway. The link is in the chat, but don't bother because I'm going to win.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on. It's already slated to me.
Jason,
come on.
You got to make
even.
Jason.
I'm winning it.
Hold on. If Molson wins, Jason, he has to answer a math question. Okay, I've got a math question for you.
Actually, if Molson wins, I will state after the fact that the radio has to be shipped to someone in the USA.
That's not a problem.
Guess what we'll do? We'll hang out at the no. We're gonna hang out at the border. We're gonna hang out right at the border. We're gonna show it to you across the border.
No, just kidding.
I
Flex Radio is worldwide. It can be shipped anywhere. I'm joking. I
do have a U.S. mailing address, so don't worry.
Okay, well, hey, there you go. That's all good.
Winner, chicken dinner.
But Jason, one of the things we were talking,
okay?
Like Emulsion used a good analogy as far as like the bread maker. But I mean, there's so many great HF radios out there right now. We all know them. But a lot of sometimes, and I've seen this locally happen so many times over the years. It's frustrating that guys forget about. I don't want to say the most important. In my opinion, it is. It's the antenna. And what are you going to use it for? Whether you're at the house, you're going to be in a park, and it doesn't get paired correctly. And then guess what happens? And then with the anticipation that, I'm going to work 20 meters. I'm going to go work Beer Snack right now. Beer Snack and I are fairly close to each other. 20 meters is not going to work for us. We're not, it can't happen. It really, unless we're pointing beam to beam, it's just not practical that it's going to happen. So again, here comes the education piece of let's set everybody up with the right equipment, with the correct expectations of what they're going to use it for. And because we've seen that so many times. Again, you pick up the magazine and it's like, this is the best antenna. Well, according to who and what were they using it for?
And what's the situation is the best antenna.
And nothing is sadder than watching that ham not turn on that radio again. You don't hear them, and it's frustrating. It's like you put this time to get your license. You spent, you took time to earn some money and put some money away and buy it, and now you're not going to use it. Come on, this is a great hobby. This is really a great hobby. You know what I mean? And Molson may bite, but it doesn't hurt. So you know what I mean.
If you're here's my opinion on it. If you're a amateur radio operator in the States and you're a technician, push to get your general, because once you get to general,
you're right.
Because technician, in my opinion, would the excitement and the nostalgia of it would over time will go. Except if there's certain things you could do. But I find HF is where you get the high, like the POTA activation with that stuff. You're making contact so far. It's a completely different beast. So if you're on technician, I would say push for your general.
I was a technician for like 15 years though. And then I decided, you know what?
I was too. I was too. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I've been a ham since 1994. So it's 26, it'll be 27 years next July. The most fun I have ever had on ham radio. Okay. Hands down, the most fun I've ever had on ham radio. Now, I've said this before. This is not new information for those who've been watching me for a while. The first time, it was 2015, the first time I ever went, in fact, that was the year I upgraded the general, I think. So it had been 21 years since I've been a ham radio operator. I upgraded to general, and then I went on DXpedition to Costa Rica that year for the first time. And I sat down at the radio, and all the guys that were down, there was like 6 of us down there. And all the guys that were down there, they're like, hey, we're going to go hiking up the mountain today. And I'm like, I'm kind of lazy. I don't really like hiking. So you guys go ahead. I've changed my mind since then. But I was like, that's cool. I don't want to go, but I'm going to sit down on the radio. So I sat down on the radio, and I got videos of this. And I sat down at the radio on 15 meters. I think it was 21.275 megahertz. And literally, I sat down about 8:30 in the morning, and I worked DX Pileups all day until like 6 or 7 that night, okay? And it was just a pileup. It was like a 12-hour pileup. It was freaking awesome. It was the most fun I've ever had on ham radio was to be the DX, be the person that everyone wanted to work. Now, this was 2015, okay? And a short history lesson. 2016, ARRL did a thing for the whole year, starting January 1 and ending in December, called National Parks on the Air. Yes. National Parks on the Air was the predecessor, the prelude to Parks on the Air. So they did this year-long thing that said, for this year, we're going to go to a national park, set up an antenna, make contacts, submit your log, and we're going to put a tally up at the end of the year. So after that year, that was 2016. After 2016, sometime around 2017, the awesome-minded folks who started POTA were like, hey, this should be an everyday thing. Not just a one-time. And that's how POTA was created. And now, if you've never done POTA before, you can go out to a park anywhere around you, and you can sit down. And it's not as big of a pileup as what you would work as a DX station, but it's the closest thing you can get to being the DX inside of the United States. And it is awesome and go watch any of my videos with POTA. Go watch any of Mike's videos with POTA, Frank's videos, Shane's videos, Izzo's videos. You're working pileups, and it's not because you're YouTube famous. No, that doesn't have anything to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
Maybe a little. We might get a little bit of that, but if you're just an average ham radio operator and you go out and work POTA, you're still going to be the station that everybody wants to talk to. And that is the most fun I have ever had in ham radio in 26, almost 27 years, is being the DX, being the pilot that everybody wants to work to. It's an awesome experience. I really love it.
To counter that point a little bit, I was a technician for 5 years. There is still a lot of coverage of ground that things you can do in satellite contacts.
We have a couple episodes on that.
Satellite contacts, Arden. A whole bunch of there's a wide range of things to do, and that might just be your wheelhouse. Put it in the car and talk on local repeaters. I was so happy with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. When we were in Hawaii a couple of weeks ago, my wife who has her license, and she got her general upgrade like 3 or 4 months ago. We were in Hawaii, and I set up at a park to do a POTA activation, which I didn't get to work. I think my radio's messed up. I got to check that.
I was going to say, where was the activation? I don't think I saw
it. Didn't happen. Oh. So Steve Mulvey with the $50 super chat has a question about DMR. I'm going to get to you in just a second. So my wife asked me when we were in Hawaii, she's like, "Why do you have to be a general to do a POTA?" It's a legitimate question. I was like, well, you don't. You don't. You can activate a POTA all day long on 6.52 or 2 meter simplex or 2 meter sideband rather.
FT8,
you can do that. But
FT8 in the technician portion.
Yeah, FT8. But there's more people.
HF too.
There's more people on HF working sideband. POTA than there is on sideband and simplex 2 meters working POTA. Right. So you just have a better chance of activating if you're a general. That's how I explained it to her. Right. So you don't have to be a general to work POTA. Now, if you're a technician and you want to do something like that, I suggest doing SOTA. Climb up a mountain, get a Yagi, and point it at somebody because you're going to have a lot better option. You're a lot better results than sitting in a park calling CQ POTA on 6.52 if you're down in the valley, especially. But you don't. But these programs are not limited to general and extra only. You can do them as a technician. If you want to learn CW, technicians actually have CW privileges on several bands.
Yes, they do.
But most people, it's usually easier to get your general upgrade than it is to learn.
But
CW.
there's also a couple of slivers of HF as a technician you could operate on single side.
There's
6 meters.
6 meters.
Well, 6 meters is not HF. Okay.
Well, that's true.
But
that's true.
10 meters is HF. And if the 10 meter band is open, you can make contacts all over the world easily. But how often does that happen? Now we're on the upward trend of the solar cycle. So maybe one of these days we'll get some guys down on 28.400 who are technicians. And
Jason, last month it did. When you were in Costa Rica last month, there was it was the CQ Worldwide Sweepstakes.
Yes.
I was trying to chase you. I actually worked 1 or 2 Costa Rica stations, and every time I worked them, I'm like, Jason's not down there. But I mean, I worked Alaska, Hawaii, Cape Verde Islands, many stations in Central America that weekend, just sitting here like where I am right now, just running 50 watts. And I'm like, I always tell everybody too real quickly about POTA, for those who do field day and just maybe sit for maybe 30 to 60 minutes in front of the radio. And then the rest is your camaraderie with your hot dogs, your beans and everything else. That excitement of POTA, the beans. Yes. That excitement of POTA, when you go to your POTA park and you get going, that excitement relives itself 1,000 times over. And I remember for Thanksgiving, Thursday morning, I was getting ready. I had about 60, 70 in the log. I said, last call. They all come out again. It got so busy, I have to call it by the numbers. Now, again, I'm just a tiny little POTA guy, just in the world of the big DXers. I don't even compete with them, but it's such a rush. It is such a rush, and it's fun. It's fun, man.
Let
me a rare park in your area.
Answer that question, man. The guy pays you good money. I'll be right.
So Stephen Mulvey. Let's see. You don't put your call sign in the chat, but that's okay. So New Zealand $50 super chat. Thank you for the support. Both questions are related to DMR using an Anytone radio. Well, that is my wheelhouse. Good. Question 1. What is the best way to check that a DMR simplex frequency is free before I use a hotspot on it? Okay. I'm worried that the frequency could be different than the talk group. Okay. So the best way to check for the best way to check is just to listen. Okay. If you are on time slot 1, color code 1, talk group 99, which is the simplex standard, tune to the frequency you want to talk on and just listen for 2 or 3 minutes. And if there's nobody talking, if you have those parameters set and you don't hear anything, then there's nobody talking. So you're good there. Okay. Use the standard 4 or 5 different frequencies that people use for DMR simplex. Okay. And if you don't know what those are, you can just Google those DMR simplex UHF. You can find those pretty easily. So that's, so I wouldn't worry, just listen, just the same as everything. Just listen before you talk. That's the answer to that question. Let's see, Stephen Mulvey. I'll see if you posted the second part yet. Oh, there's, hey, Charlie. There's Charlie in the chat. Look at this awesome shirt I'm wearing tonight, dude.
Nice.
Hope you can see that. So
we had a great episode with Charlie and his wife.
Charlie.
Sandra,
Charlie's good.
Sandra,
Charlie. Yeah, we're gonna do some HF POTA stuff with Charlie next July. Looking forward to that.
Hey Charlie, why don't you come out with a hoodie like this? Because it gets cold here in the Northeast.
We're gonna. I'll put
in Arizona, man.
This is
Don. He's not from our area.
These shirts. Yeah, no, he's not.
I know.
Well, it gets cold in the desert.
He's got a cool logo. He has a cool. Let me tell you something.
He has a really cool logo.
Let me tell you something, guys. I wear all your T-shirts, and at work, I get a lot of compliments from a lot of people. I mean, the Smoking Ape is by far the women go crazy with Smoking Ape.
Oh yeah.
But seriously,
Don't tell him that.
Yeah, I know. But everyone's like, who is this? Tell me about. Everyone asks, what's the story behind the T-shirt? If that's not the greatest compliment, so you guys who've taken the time to create the T-shirt, think about it, and then you send it off to Jason and Josh and everyone else. Thank you guys.
Well, I'll get this logo put on a hoodie. That would be a really good logo to put on a hoodie. You're right.
I'm waiting for my hoodies and boonie hats.
I have ordered those. Well, the boonie hats are back ordered because the supply chain issues in the world right now suck. So the boonie hats are back ordered. The tank radio hoodies are coming. I've ordered those. So it's just okay. So
Jason
Sweeney
doesn't like the tank radio on his channel.
I just don't like it when you talk before the guest I'm having.
Bye, Frank. Bye, Frank. See you later.
Thank you for everyone.
Bye, Frank.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you, Frank.
I thought he'd never leave.
I thought he'd never leave. Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So Ed Sweeney says, could a GOTA event be running during a POTA Support Your Parks Day? Just thinking of getting new hams. If not, there should be.
Yes.
I don't see any reason why that would be a problem.
Yeah,
I mean, I would think that would be. I would think so. I've never seen that happen before as a GOTA event, but if you're to do GOTA correctly, you have to do. I think you have to have a club call sign.
Well, got that covered.
Maybe
we got that covered, guys.
Yeah.
I believe I did something similar to that at our event there.
You did.
Field day.
You did, Shane, but weren't you having that guy operate as your call sign?
No, everyone was operating as Whiskey 2 Hotel Romeo Charlie.
Oh, okay. Then there you go. You guys should set something up like that. So the thing that I mentioned with Charlie a minute ago, the July Support Your Parks on the Air thing, we're going to be in the Grand Canyon with Charlie that weekend. So that's going to be freaking cool.
Didn't the last time Charlie went there, he made like no contacts?
When he went down in the canyon, yes, but there's a park up top, so we're good.
Okay.
So
he's even more awesome for going down to the Grand Canyon and
yeah,
bringing a radio. Oh my God.
Awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I've been there. Takes 2 days to get back up, and do not get dehydrated like I did at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because it's nothing but pain going back up.
I think that So I think you guys should set up for W2HRC. I think you should set up some sort of hey, come out and get on the air type thing for technicians, for people who want to get on the air and just say, hey, let's come out here and POTA this weekend, and do that in your respective areas and see what happens.
Next, get on the parks, or what is that weekend? Support your parks.
Support your parks.
The next one is New Year's, I believe.
Third weekend.
New Year's?
Third weekend.
It's the third weekend. It's the third weekend in January.
In January, then after that, the fourth weekend is Winterfield Day.
Oh, it's gonna be so cold, guys.
Yep. Nice and warm in the tent.
Hey, Don's not complaining.
I'm not.
No, what, Jason? We need to get Don to our dear lease with that tent.
Well, number one,
why Don? What about Molson?
Molson's locked in Canada. We can't jailbreak.
Dude, I know where the hole in the fence is. Don't worry. If I want to make it, all you have to do, you just got to drive me with a good reason.
Third full weekend of January is there.
If Izzo brings that tent down there, okay, it's not going to be an ice hut. It's going to be a sweat lodge. Okay,
I have another one, but Jason and I have similar. But Jason and I have similar screen tent to keep the bugs out. So guess what? We're
bugs
all
out,
good,
but I need that heat, man, because sometimes in Texas it can drop.
What
was it last time, man? We did the deer.
It was windy.
It
was windy.
It was windy. Cold. like
was windy.
Jason
40s,
number 1 was
40s.
like it dropped to like 30s, and he like was sleeping
At night.
outside.
At night it was it was freezing or right at freezing or maybe a little bit below freezing.
Well, I just have a Mr. Buddy. There's a Mr. I have a video on this. There's a Mr. Buddy. There's a Mr. Buddy heater in here right now, and it's just a nice. I mean, the window.
That's what I have. I've been using a Mr. Buddy heater in my deer stand for years.
Love it.
Yeah, those things are great.
It's great.
Man, we're gonna Sweat Lodge hot box with the cigars. It's gonna.
We're gonna have to. Yeah.
Cigar, man. Both me, Don, and Jason will be sitting in there.
All right, so thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Yep. On that note.
So a small correction. Just because of the way the dates fall this next year in 2022, the third weekend of January is Support Your Parks, which is the 15th and 16th. Winter Field Day is 2 weekends later.
Oh, it is? Okay.
So it's the 29th and 30th. Which is the fifth, because Winter Field Day is the last full weekend, not necessarily the fourth full weekend. And since January 1st is on a Saturday this year, it kind of throws everything off.
I think the New Year's though goes for the entire week. It's not just the one weekend.
You know, I asked Vance about that last time I was on my channel, and he's like, I have to look that up. He didn't know anything about it.
Well, because previous years there was just get on New Year's Day in that 24 was it?
Well, New Year's Day, yes. Yes, New Year's Day. In fact, you get if you go to a park and activate, you get an extra certificate on the POTA website for activation New Year's Day. But that's just one day.
Who doesn't have a hangover on New Year's Day?
Yeah, but wait a minute. But there's always the New Year's Eve stream, isn't there? Oh, wait, wrong. Where am I?
We're going to. So some of you know this already, but yeah, we're going to do a happy hour on freaking New Year's Eve this year. It's a Friday. December 31st is a freaking Friday. I'm going to be in Galveston. We're going to do a happy hour on this channel. You guys are all invited. So we're going to do a happy hour that night. I'm going to have to not drink much because I'm going to get up the next morning and go to Galveston Island State Park and do a POTA that day. Nice. So that's going to be the thing.
Just throw Frank in the back of your truck.
Frank, you can come down if you want to. When do you have to go back to work? Do you have to go back to work on the 3rd?
I don't know. Whatever the next day is.
Yeah. We are driving home on Sunday, January 2nd, because Emily does have to work on the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going down the day after Christmas, and we're going to be there a week, basically. So put that on your calendar, Frank.
Okay.
Hey, Jason, I saw the second part of Steve's question pop up there, buddy.
Oh, where was it? I missed it.
He says follow-up. But what if someone else is using their hotspot and they're on a different TG than TG99?
Then they're doing it wrong.
Yes, correct. Yeah, they're doing it
wrong. Because TG99 is the okay. Let me back up a second. You said simplex. Okay, you said a simplex frequency.
Yeah.
A simplex frequency, if people are using it for simplex, then they're on talk group 99. That is the simplex frequency, has nothing to do with a hotspot. If you're talking about a hotspot, putting it on like 433.45 or 433.600 or something like that, 434.35. It doesn't matter what talk. You can change talk groups to whatever you want to. Okay, but if you're talking about simplex as in no repeater offset on a hotspot is different than the official simplex frequencies, and the official simplex frequencies should always be talk group 99. So what do you talk? Are you talking about using your radio on simplex?
I think he's more or less worried about another operator in the same area that might be on the same frequency. My answer to combat that is put them on the lowest transmit level so you don't interfere with each other.
My answer to that is still especially with an anytone radio, tune to the frequency and turn on monitor mode. And just listen.
I agree with that too.
Listen first. Always listen.
Just listen first. Because monitor mode, promiscuous mode will let you hear all talk groups. And if you hear nothing, it's a networking term. Promiscuous mode is a networking term. It'll let you hear all talk groups, and if you don't hear anything, just go for it.
I would agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. So Jason, you might have some competition on New Year's. What time do you stream on New Year's Eve?
Who's also streaming?
We're gonna go like 10 or 11 at night. We're gonna go late, so we go through. Who else is talking about it?
So my wife and I, we were asked by friends if we're doing our annual New Year's party because last year we didn't, And so we do I do fireworks. I'm a big fireworks fanatic. I have like a whole control system.
Can you put a camera? Can you put a live stream camera on those fireworks?
I was just thinking the same thing.
So I do a pyro musical. So I choreograph fireworks to about 10-15 minutes of music.
Can you stream that?
I'm sure I could.
Then you join my channel, and I'll just give you the floor for 10 or 15 minutes. You can stream whatever you want to.
Wait. He has to do it 4 times or as many time zones as we're gonna have people though.
No. There's only one time zone here that makes sense.
What time zone are you, Molson? What time zone are you in?
Central.
You're in Eastern. Okay, that works out perfectly because that's like 10 to 11 for me.
Yeah.
So that gives you I'll let you do that, and then an hour later we'll celebrate the real New Year's in Central Time. So
no, you just wait 1 hour. Just gotta push it back 1 hour, and make it the true New Year's.
We can
Texas, and
Dan,
then it's my birthday.
If you want to do that, Dan, we can work that out.
I'll figure it out.
If you want to do it,
my wife and I have to have the conversation. Are we doing it this year or not? It costs a lot of money, guys. You have 70 people. Said we have 70 people over for a New Year's party, and then I don't know.
Jason,
that's awesome.
Let's go up there.
I got to see what the legal, responsible COVID restriction thing is around here.
I'm not going to Canada. They'd never let me back in. So
I don't think they'll let me leave the States.
Yeah. Hey, can we answer a question? Can we answer a question in the chat?
Is it Charlie's question?
No.
Oh,
no.
Charlie's an easy one.
Did we talk to Charlie?
Yes, we talked to Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie's great.
I know he's great.
Pat, what was your question? And then we'll go to Charlie's.
Pat had a question. He says, I'm getting terrible QRM on an NFED halfway from AM radio stations. Will a pass filter get rid of this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very possible. Either a low pass or a high pass, depending on what frequency the AM station's on. Or a bandpass filter should eliminate that.
A bandpass filter in general should just eliminate that.
Should.
You don't have to worry about a low or a high at that point.
As well as AM radio stations change their power at sunset, depending on where
Americans do. Americans do.
Okay.
Other state, I can't speak of other countries, but every now and then I was been listening and trying to operate. Then I was like, why is this North Korean station coming in right now?
Make contact with him, Frank.
Because he wants you. He wants you, Frank. He wants you to come over there and stay over there. He's making arrangements with Jason right now, and Jason said, "I don't know, but Jason's gonna let you."
I have too many fun toys for that to happen.
Frank, as soon as you get over there, okay, you have to go to the north side of the border and call CQ.
Yes.
Okay.
I would love to go to South Korea.
Just past the DMZ. Just past the DMZ.
Yeah.
So like Canada and the US share Lake Ontario, like our border goes through a lot of the Great Lakes.
Yes.
If somebody was to ride the boat along the US side of that line and called CQ Canada, like DX, would that be DX to Canada? Yeah.
If there's a
they were on the US border.
You gotta draw the line somewhere. So yeah, I would say so.
That Charlie does have a good question.
Yeah,
I was about to swing it back around.
So I tried to pull up that website, Charlie, but it's not coming up right now. Spiderbeams.us. I just bought 2 of their telescoping fiberglass poles. They were both less than $100 a pop.
Yeah, the minis are awesome.
And I got the big one and I got the mini, and they're both very, very solid. You'll see videos on those in my channel.
Let me read the question so everyone else knows what you're all talking about. Charlie does ask, any suggestions for POTA Mast that doesn't break the bank? Maybe even a good one homebrew option. I don't have a trailer hitch. Man, I can read when I've been drinking. What was that?
Wow.
So also if you have a local like Cabela's or a Bass Pro Shop, there is a 20-foot crappie pole that they have out there. Mike, he talks about this Gocher pole. It's kind of like the same thing, but it's not the same pole. But it's relatively inexpensive. I think it's $30 or something like that. But it's a 20-foot pole that's really super light. That it doesn't have an eyelet it may have an eyelet at the top for the crappie stuff, but that's about it. But it works. And you can attach the Pac-10 mini NFED halfway to the top of it, make a sloper out of it. But that I need to go over the Cabela's that's between us. Jason has those. I need to go over and get one and just do a video on it just to show people.
Yeah,
hey, you don't have to get the Gocher.
And if you guys need an idea, I don't care whether you get a painter's pole, a landscaping, if you need to put a little eye hook, automotive ring terminal, guys.
Yeah,
that's a poor man's way, and guess what? It works.
But that's what Adam uses a painter's pole. You can push up painter's pole about 6 feet. He hikes that up on a lot of the mountains that he does.
I was looking at James Linden. He had a comment where he talks about what did he say about the Mast? He was talking, I think it was the weather he was referring to. And I'd be interested to know, because a lot of people who do POTA is like, it's obviously very rampant in the South. I know there's people in the North, but what is the assessment of a good pole for, say, conditions, right? Because, like, for instance, I know there are some products like there's an MFJ antenna where they say it's regularly built. It didn't last a long time in our conditions up here in Canada with our weather. So it'd be interesting to see exactly if somebody was to say this Mast, and see if there's a different stand or different opinion based on location and as far as for conditions, because plastics, fiberglass, they all act differently in the cold. And James was saying that.
So I will say this, okay? So Josh is in the chat talking about the Soda Beams Mast, which is very good. KMRD Mike, he's saying the Wonder Pole, which is a real thing. I've seen one. I got a friend who has one of those. Spider Beams makes a good one. MFJ makes a halfway decent one. The best one, in my opinion, is the Gigaparts carbon fiber mast. Now, if you want something that does not break the bank, you don't want that, because those are expensive. Yeah. But they're fiber
can't stay up year round. You got to take.
Why not?
Why not, Frank? Why? I have them.
No,
carbon fiber. I thought you couldn't leave them up.
Sure,
all the time. The weather, especially in Texas, will sunbeat them, and they will.
That's fiber. Fiberglass is going to be sunbeat much quicker than carbon fiber will.
Maybe I was thinking fiberglass. I'm sorry.
So you're thinking fiberglass. So
I'll take it back.
Charlie,
there's a lot of good ones. Yeah, Soda Beams one is good. The Spider Beams one is good. I'm going to be testing those myself soon. DX Commander, those poles he uses are freaking awesome. So
what else? Guys, I like. There's a company called MGS, and I go back and forth between the MGS and my carbon fiber from Gigaparts, because you guys, when you guys did your Memorial Day, your first YouTube Hamfest, remember that a few years ago?
Yes.
And I saw that because what I liked about it is you don't have to twist the sections. You pull them out and you lock them in. You lock them in. So if you have tennis elbow or golfer's elbow or any other arm, or your wrist issues, pull it up, lock it in, and go. And let me tell you something. My Mast have been taking a beating, and guess what? I put a 6-meter beam, a 3-element beam on it, a 2-meter. End-fed wires go on them, inverted V's, and I throw them in the back of the truck. And guess what? I pull it out, and it still works again. So between Gigaparts and MGS, if you're looking for something a little heavy duty that's going to take a little beating,
you can buy something that's low budget and it'll work. You can get the Amazon special or the eBay special and it'll work.
We've all had them, but
and then and there's nothing wrong with those, okay? But you buy that, you use it a few times, maybe a year, maybe a couple years, and then you break it, you lose it. It just kind of gets, when you pull it up, it starts to get. It sounds like it's cracking or something.
Right.
Okay.
That's exactly, when you hear that sound.
You can just go buy the carbon fiber Mast from Gigaparts, and you can put it in your will to your grandchildren. And I'm not joking about that. I mean, that's how long it's going to last. It's kind of one of these things where it's like, okay, you could go buy the Bofang today, and it'll work. You will get out there and you'll make contacts. But if you go buy the Elcraft today, you're going to put it in your will to some family member somewhere down the line. So
a nephew.
A nephew.
I want to know.
But Charlie was asking a question too. So we're talking about the fiberglass Mast and everything about deployment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it, Charlie? With regards to deployment, all right. I have the 1917 from MFJ, the 43-foot mast. I homebrewed a drive-on mount for it, and I also have 3 guy lines on it. I can also strap it to a signpost at a park, or strap it to a tree or a stump. It's all in how you want to do it. There's no shortage on ways to do it.
I think Jason's
Mike has 2 different videos on how to deploy those. One of them is just leaning it into a tree.
Exactly.
Just put it up there and lean it into the tree. The other one is doing, you take those hose clamps and put some tubing around it, and then put 3 pieces of paracord in there and attach a carabiner to it, and that's 3 anchor points.
Yes, right.
And it doesn't take much. It really doesn't take much.
No.
So I just did my
You're
first
talking about
POTA.
temporary deployment.
Yeah.
I just did my first POTA activation the other week, and so which was all right. It's okay.
Me too.
So I like Jason's design, that wheel drive on model.
Yeah.
Because here's the reality, and I really like to know what MRD what he would suggest, because he lived in Michigan. But when you come up to Canada, it's -30, -35. First of all, you're not going to walk down the trail and set up your mast and do all that stuff. You want to be in your truck, quickly deploy, and that's it, right?
Sit in the truck with a heater on. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. That's what we do. Yeah, Connecticut too.
That's my kind of thing, man.
Here's
why I have a 75-foot coax.
That's right. Yeah.
If you bring down that mast and just and it's -30 and you just touch the ground, it's going to shatter. And that's why I like to know, K8MRD, what do you suggest? You lived in Michigan. For the conditions there, what would you suggest for a telescoping mast? And the other thing I really like for a quick deployment would be what Jason, those ones that you picked up. You picked up a bunch of them out to the Hamfest, right?
I think he built them.
No.
They're built by a guy here in Texas, and I was just selling them, and I still have a few left. So yeah. But
I have a drive-on mast also.
Yeah,
either that or what Dawn, because listen, it's like winter, 8 out of 12 months up here. Or Dawn's idea with the hitch mount.
That sounds terrible.
My hitch mount was so simple. It's so simple, and it's basically a flagpole that goes in. But again, we're all going to use it differently. What I do in July is going to be totally different than January.
Or we're talking ham sticks just on top of your roof, man. That's all you need, and then you just
So if you're talking about a drive-on mount, then these ones that I have custom built are the best ones I've seen, seriously. And if you ever come to Texas, Molson, I'll get you one. But
we can throw it across the river
without that available to you. Seriously, I'm being serious for a minute. Without those custom built ones available to you, there are some that you can order online at tn07.com. He makes some that are pretty darn good. They're not quite as sturdy and quite as heavy to use as the ones I have, but I've used the ones that TN07 makes, and those are very good as well. You can get hitch mount, you can get drive over, you can get stake in the ground mounts, and those I have a stake in the ground version of the one he does, and I've put up a 31 flagpole mast on that numerous times and had 0 issues. It comes with stakes that are about 20 inches long, probably something like that. So you can stake it into the ground, or if you don't want to do that, you can get a hitch mount. But TN07.com from Tennessee, those are probably some of the best ones I've seen that are available online to order via mail order.
Interesting.
That's my opinion.
Soda Beams used to carry out. So is it Soda Beams? Who is that? The
guys in the UK.
Spider Beams or
no. So the guys that do the soda antennas.
Soda Beams.
Yeah.
Soda
So
Beams.
they've got a drive-on mount. I think that's the one, because I bought mine secondhand from a ham here in Dallas. I think that's one that I have. I don't know if they're making it right now, but they carry one also.
I mean, I'm kicking myself because when Jason came up here to Connecticut in April, man, Jason, I should have just threw you some money and said, "Listen, give me that right now." I have never seen anything so.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Man, that thing can take some. It'll take a beating and still.
I'll be back up there, Dawn, in late March, because I'm gonna go record the Hamsci event, which is the 3rd weekend in March, and then I'm gonna drive, and that's in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And then after that, I thought, and I looked at the map, and the reason I decided this, I'm like, that's like 3 hours from Long Island. I'm like, I'm gonna go see Bob, man.
Knock on Bob's door again.
Right?
And I already told him that. I was like, dude, I'm coming up here at this bar. He's like, cool. So I'm gonna be up there, and I'm halfway, almost, kind of, maybe, somewhat, sort of, maybe, I haven't decided yet, thinking about doing our Arcadia Kilo 0001 trip somewhere around there.
I'm doing a lot of homework for us on that. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of homework of where
I know
to
you
go.
are. I know you are. So my only concern, I don't care that it's cold. So I asked in one of the Discord chat, the HRA Discord chat, I'm like, hey guys, what's the weather like? People are like, well, are you scared of the cold? No, I don't care that it's cold. I care about passable roads. Okay, right. Is it gonna be possible to drive from Long Island or wherever we are to the park in Maine and be able to get out again without getting stuck in the snow for 3 freaking days? That's all I care about. So I don't really care that it's cold. If it's 40, 50, 40, 30, 20 degrees, who cares? I don't care. As long as the roads are passable. That's all I care
about. Is getting stuck in the snow different than getting stuck in the mud like we got last time?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Don is just laughing.
It depends.
There were no pictures, but we got stuck in the mud pretty hard.
Yeah, we did. Oh. Yeah, we sure did.
It depends how deep the cliff that you went over is.
Right.
Right.
But it's funny. My wife and I, we went up to Ottawa the other day, and we're on our way back, and all of a sudden it was like whiteout conditions. We're on country roads, and it's like a sharp right turn, and I didn't realize it was so soon, and I was going a little. I was going the speed limit, right?
Maybe a little fast.
Yeah. Anyways, next thing you know,
fast for conditions.
Next thing you know, I'm drifting through the corner, and my wife's like, "Oh shit!"
Fish tail.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'd love to go into drifting competitions one day because I think I'm qualified now.
Yeah, no, I drifted into a curve and I had to replace the whole front hub.
Oh.
Yeah, we're definitely. I definitely want to do Park 01.
That would be awesome.
Next spring, summer, somewhere in there. So definitely want to do that. But I'll be up there. I'll be back up there in that neck of the woods, Dawn. Definitely in March. Whether we do the main thing then or not, I don't know yet. But I'll
we'll figure something out.
In fact, I think, and Gigaparts hasn't told me if they're going to do that again next year or not. But apparently they do like a ham radio, like a small Hamfest, like come to the Gigapart store in Huntsville the last weekend in March, which is the weekend after my thing in Scranton. So if they do that, my plan is this. I'm going to go to Scranton, hang out there for the weekend, finish that project up Sunday morning, get in the truck, drive 3 hours to Long Island and hang out there for 3, 4, 5 days, and then drive back from Long Island to Huntsville, which is what I did last April, and hang out the following weekend at Gigaparts and be a part of their ham radio Hamfest little thing. I think they call it Ham Radio Days or something like that. And they're just like, hey, and come out here and get some deals on ham radio stuff and have a party in the parking lot type thing. So I don't know if they're going to do that or not, but if they said if they do it, it'll be that weekend. So I got to find out between now and then if that's going to happen or not.
Hey, congratulations. What? I was going to say congratulations, Jason Heff. He got his general ticket yesterday.
Oh, congrats. Congrats.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
That's great, man.
How far is K001 to Portland, Maine?
3.5 hours, maybe.
Portland, Maine?
Yep.
I don't know
3.5, 2 hours, maybe.
Okay.
Because Southwest flies into Portland, Maine. Just saying.
Oh,
okay.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
I
no.
knew that's where that was going.
Okay.
Here we go.
I need
It's
some
about-
cheap tickets.
I think it's about a 10-hour drive, maybe a 12-hour drive from Long Island.
Yeah, from my house, it's a solid 8 plus,
Okay.
plus breaks.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Yeah. So so if I'm in Long Island in that weekend, and if it's only a 10 or 12-hour drive, then we can drive out there one day and hang out at the main 01 park. I think it's called Acadia. I think
Acadia, correct.
Acadia, yeah, state
Acadia
park.
National. Yeah.
No, that's a federal.
National.
That's a
National.
federal national park.
Yeah.
Acadia
Yes.
National Park. We can hang out there for like a day or two, a night or two, something like that, and then hop in the truck and head back and spend a night in Long Island to hang out. And
You come to Canada?
I'm not going north from there.
What? You'll drive.
Already gonna be cold.
You'll
enough.
drive all that hours to sit in a park, and you won't come to Canada and see me? Come on, guys.
Aren't you over on the other? Aren't you on the western side?
No, I'm
No,
right
he's in
north of.
Ottawa.
I'm right north of Malone, New York. Come on, guys.
Right.
Oh, okay.
From like New York
Okay.
State on the western side.
I can
Well,
drive.
maybe
I
back
can drive
then
to
the-
New York
the-
City in 5 hours.
Yeah, maybe by then the borders will be open. You can come hang out with us.
You can come up to Canada now. There's no restrictions.
But they won't let us back down.
Southwest,
Right?
Southwest doesn't fly there, right, Shane?
Right.
Yeah, Southwest doesn't fly there.
Closest we get is Bellingham, Washington.
Yeah.
But they'll go to the
good.
North Pole though.
Right. But yeah, if I can come up there, Molson, then you can drive down to Maine.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So, but yeah, that's going to be a fun trip. I really want to activate Park 01. And here's the thing. Here's the thing, Molson. Parks 02, 03, 4, 5, 6, and 7, I think, are all in Alaska. So
let's go.
I realize you're not in Alaska,
road trip
but
to Alaska.
But you're a hell of a lot closer to Alaska than we are. So just like, okay, once we get one under our belt in 2023, we're gonna all have to go to Alaska this way. So
that's the POTA. That's the POTA addiction.
Alaska.
Yeah, that's the POTA addiction, isn't it?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was that? We're gonna start activating them all in order from one.
Yes. Where you been?
Yeah. Hell yeah. All 6,997 of them are.
Absolutely.
Have they gotten into 5 digits yet?
No.
I don't know, but who was saying that? There's somebody who was like, "Oh, I almost activated every park in my state," and then all of a sudden they just dropped a whole bunch of.
They they had like 300 more. Yeah.
Well, I think Bo did. Bo, I think, got everything in Virginia. Yeah.
He was pretty close.
Yeah, and James got everything in West Virginia.
West Virginia. Yep.
I saw him do that.
Izzo's almost got all of Connecticut.
Yeah, I got. That's my last 3 are going to be very logistically challenged.
There's no way I'm getting all of Texas. My goal of getting one per state is more realistic than getting everything in Texas.
Why is that? Why is that with Texas?
Have you ever seen Texas?
No, there's like 300 parks here.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's all.
And they added like 200 more parks like 2 years ago.
Oh.
And it's like from one side of Texas to the other, if you're going east to west, it's like a 12-hour drive.
Yeah.
So it's like.
But I do want to go to Big Bend, Jason. If you've never been down there, I do want to go down to Big Bend.
My wife and I want to. She told me a couple months ago. She's like, "Hey, let's plan a trip to Big Bend next year." I'm like, "Okay." So we might go out there in like in April next year or something like that. So depending on what this.
Well, that's your wife and you. We're talking about amateur radio and going and lighting up the park, man.
Well, she's a ham.
My wife is a ham, and we're gonna go down and we're gonna do POTA.
Don't be jealous, Frank.
I was thinking about flying the Bonanza down there, doing satellites, because that grid square that Big Ben is in is highly sought after.
Oh, really?
As well as doing a POTA. So.
Bean and Ant. Does Bean and Ant know about that?
All over that.
Bean and Ant don't know about that.
That'd be cool.
It's only
I got her on speed dial. I'll call her right now and tell her that.
Is there like a website where you can post and spot yourself? Say, "Hey, I'm in a unique grid square." Is that a thing?
Grid Square Heat Map on Twitter, yeah.
Grid Square Geek Map?
Heat Map.
Heat Map, okay.
Yeah.
I'll go look that up. I've never heard that. So, okay.
We did a stream about that a couple weeks ago, so if you want to go watch that stream.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah, so Bean and Ant, they talked about it, yes.
Oh, okay.
I must have been the week after you were on the
happy hour. Yeah. I guess that's like satellites.
But yeah, so Bean and Ant actually came on, and they're both of those guys are fantastic satellite operators. They actually did a live satellite QSO on the live stream that we had them on. So if you hop over to the Clubhouse, want to see what a satellite contacts looks like from a house, check that one out. Yeah. But she actually talked about the grid square heat map on Twitter, and that guy posts which grid squares are in need of operators and which ones are rare and stuff like that.
Follow her on Twitter. You follow her on Twitter too.
She has a real antenna boy.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Married to it.
That's what I call Frank.
It's called your nephew. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's what I'm going to call my nephew now. Yes,
I'm telling you,
that's
man.
Exactly what I'm going to do.
That's rite of passage. That's
right.
Antenna boy.
Antenna boy.
Point the west.
Yeah, and antenna boy. So, hey guys, this has been really fun. I really appreciate you guys coming on tonight.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
What are some closing comments you can say about the Ham Radio Clubhouse?
It's Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Central Time. If you want a break from all the BS, come join us.
We look forward to hanging out with you in the chat. We try to interact with the chat as much as possible. Usually after the first 10 or 15 minutes, if we don't have a guest, we bring people on just to sit around, shoot the breeze, have fun, whether it's radio related or not. Sometimes I feel like I'm the ham radio bartender because people want to come on and talk about other things. If you got something you want to talk about, come hang out with us. It's a break from all the BS you get on Twitter, all the stuff you get on the Facebook, all that stuff. Just come hang out. We welcome everybody and just have fun. That's it. We talk POTA. We talk everything. If you got a question, come ask it. Put it in the chat.
If we don't know the answer, I'm sure we know somebody that does after we've made up the answer.
Yeah.
To verify whether it's fact checking, which is what we discussed. We discussed last week. We're going to start a fact because Molson said it. We have to start a fact checking.
I'm just always amazed about how many people I bring onto my stream about different topics and different stuff, and we always migrate to POTA. It's just all about POTA. And it's not a bad. It's not a bad
Daniel
thing.
Will yell at us.
Yeah, Daniel yells.
Yeah,
and then we get the Molson rant.
Yeah. You get the Molson rant.
What grinds my gears?
Yeah.
Hold on. We have it on video that he admitted to doing a POTA.
Yes, he did.
And he actually wants to do it again.
Yes. And he made what? What'd you make? 140? What'd you make? 144? 140 contacts?
146. But let me clarify something here. I don't feel like the benchmark for getting POTA awards is very high. So when I made 100, no, listen, when I made 146 contacts, I was like, dude, in an hour and a half or something like that.
That's a good time.
It's not.
So when I got 146 contacts, like shit, I can get a kilo in no time. This is easy. So like,
it's not about. Okay, so here's the thing. Did you work pileups while doing POTA?
Yeah, so that's what
so
I said.
Go home and call CQ from your home QTH on non-POTA and tell me if you can work a pileup there.
He is Canadian, so
that's Canadian.
He's DX. Victor Alpha.
Yeah,
he usually gets attention.
Right away, DX.
He stole my frequency a couple times.
Well, his favorite frequency is 7188. So just let it be.
Wow.
No, but that's the thing, though. That's the thing, and I said that is that one of the things about POTA is that you go out and it's instant pileup, and that's what I was saying about general, like when you go to the general, it's a different beast. It's the idea of like I hit Finland and 2 Alaska parks doing POTA, and it's just a different whole thing. And if you haven't done it, or if you're not an HF, it's hard to explain it. But the thing is that it's really cool that you can go and it's pretty much if you're addicted to pileups. Like I was in a bird sanctuary. I don't care about the little bluebirds and all that running around. It's just really, it's you're out hanging out with your buddy and you're doing a crap load of contacts on pileup.
You're there for the POTA, you're not for the birds.
Yeah,
that's the attraction. No, but see, that's contrary because you would think because a lot of times when I hear POTA videos, I automatically think that it's about the scenery, it's about getting out in the nature.
Sometimes
and that's part of it. That's part of it.
Part of it.
Your house.
But for me, that all went out the window when it was like somebody kicked the beehive, and all of a sudden it's a swarm of bees, and you're hearing, and all of a sudden you hear Kilo Delta, and you're like Kilo Delta Station, and that's the thing about the pileup is it's the beehive sound that happens, and you're like, yes, I'm in it, and that's what POTA is cool for.
There you go. I will have to say I have one funny story. I know that we're trying to wrap up here.
That's fine.
But I will say I was on HF from the apartments one time, and I was trying to make contact with Joe Brett, and Daniel was like, well, let me fire at my antenna and I'll see if I can hit you from where I'm at. So Daniel and I, we managed to get like a little bit of back and forth. I don't know if I got Joe on that one. I think we were on 20, and I think I could only get Joe on 40. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, after I talked to Daniel for a second,
hold on.
I hear all these people calling Victor Alpha Station coming in. Victor Alpha Station. Oh, this is so and so from XYZ. Oh, I was like, wait a minute, this is my frequency. You jerk.
My frequency, yeah.
And then he starts running a pileup because everyone's wanting to go to Canada. I was like, you jerk.
What can
I guess I'm in the proper hop distance because Canada is easy to get from Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I can easier talk to Canada than I can to like South Dakota. So I just like
Maine
or Maine. Yeah.
I try to get Dawn several times.
Connecticut's not too hard, but Canada is
time of the day.
Simple.
Time of day.
But in all seriousness, though,
simple.
Molson does have a good. First off, Molson always does have a good signal, and because I know when he participates with Carlos, and he's holding down that 20-meter frequency, so Carlos can jump and do his thing and everything. Daniel is so. We like to have fun around here, but let me tell you something about Molson. He's always there for you. He always has a great signal. He's a damn good operator. He may not care about the birds in the sanctuary and the tree frog and all that other stuff, but that's okay because but he always has a good signal. He always has a good signal.
He held the signal for us for the hot air balloon thing too.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's cool.
And I do it all on my beer can antenna.
And that amplifier.
And that's going to be the last nice thing I say about him too.
That Ameritron.
Speaking of beer can antennas, so there was the FT8 roundup that was this weekend that I worked a little bit of, not much, but I worked a little bit, and I mentioned that on my shopping video on Friday, and when my shopping video on Friday premiered, Adam K6ARK was on there. He's like, FT8, what's that? I was like, it's like CW, Adam, but it's fun. and he's like, well, maybe I can. And I was like, and I said, Adam, I'll tell you what, the 160-meter CW contest is also this weekend. Why don't you build a vertical out of beer cans like you did for 20 meters for 160 meters?
Oh my God.
God.
And then let's see you operate on that. And he's like, challenge considered.
Considered. A lot of support. A lot of support.
So you can see the gears clicking in his head like that. So I was like, yeah, that'd be really fun. You got this 2.5 mile antenna out of beer.
Just help him drink the beer to make the antenna.
Yeah,
I could assist in that if he needs help.
Yeah. So okay, Arthur. No, I didn't forget your super chat, dude. Let's see. I did see that, but I don't think it was a question. That's why I didn't say about it. Yeah, Arthur, W6HER, thank you for the super chat.
Says thanks for the ham fam.
Thanks, ham fam. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, hashtag ham fam. Thanks for being out there, guys. So, hey, guys from Clubhouse, thank you very much for being on the stream tonight. This was fun. Yeah. It was a good rag chew. I always liked hearing about something different on the stream than what I normally do. So next week I'm probably going to be at the hunting lease, and I'm going to try a live stream from the hunting lease. We'll see how that works. But those of you who are participating in Winter Field Day, let's plan something, because we're going to do Winter Field Day at my hunting lease. Yes. Last weekend of July. Frank's going to be there. Frank, I'm going to have to get you to cook.
January.
I'm sorry, January. I said July. Yeah, January. Frank, I'm going to have to get you to cook like I think we're going to have a few extra guests this weekend or this year, I should say, that weekend. So I'm going to have to buy like 4 or 5 pounds of beans for you. So that you can
oh my.
Wow.
Well, the beans,
Frank's beans will keep you warm.
The ribs?
Yeah.
Beans
well,
ribs?
the beans. The beans. We'll do the ribs also, but Bob's going to probably want to do a brisket.
Well, this is my thought on cooking for that weekend. We're getting in a little bit here. If we do Bob's brisket on Friday.
Yep.
Then we have the brisket to eat Sunday and also Saturday for breakfast.
Yeah.
Which is good. And then if we could have
brisket,
ribs
tacos
Saturday.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Add some eggs
for
with
dinner. That will
Uh-huh.
just be after, everyone's starting to POTA and everything and working their radios. I can tend to the smoker, and then the ribs are much easier to eat than brisket.
That's true.
So it maybe would be more
easier how? Because you can eat brisket with a fork.
Well, I thought just easier to pick up with your hands and go.
You can't. You can do that. Yeah, you can do that.
I have a solution, guys. I have a solution. I think you should cook both.
Yeah.
And
we're going to cook both. But...
And then we vote on it, because I'll be there. I'm inviting myself.
You're gonna welcome if you get down there,
Molson. If you want to
get down,
Molson, if you want to come down for Winter Field Day, we'll make sure you get a spot.
You guys are killing me.
We'll get a W2 HRC. We'll get a camper and we'll tow it out there and set it up.
Shane, you better already have that weekend requested off.
I have Saturday. I'm working on Sunday.
Not good enough. Request Sunday afternoon. Yeah.
You guys are killing me. I'm going to be in my tent eating pizza. Come on. I got
come to Texas, Don. We got
just drive to Hartford, son. I can fly you to Texas.
Yeah. There you go.
If I can have the floor real fast before we toss out, let me go ahead and shout out Monday Night Ham Radio is coming up.
Okay. Share the
Monday
link.
Night Radio, I just threw it in the link in the chat there, is amateur radio on the air starting off at 5:02. He's talking about LiFo batteries and solar panels. That's pretty cool. Jason, you have 5 to 6 o'clock. I don't know what you're doing, but that's your slot. Followed by Tank Radio.
Where's that mute button? Where's that mute? Where's the dump button?
I'll be talking about my first POTA activation.
It's on your channel.
All my gear. Then 6:15, Ham Radio Dude is going to have a video. I don't know what it's about, but he's going to have a video. Then Ham Nuggets, as always, 7 to 8. So come on by and check it out. There's my thumbnail. Woo-hoo! My Jason, POTA activation with all of my gear, and I'm talking about what is in my gear. So it's going to be a great video.
Not what grinds your gears, but what's in your gear.
That's right.
What's in my gear.
Hey,
That's
Jason,
right.
Before we go, I just want to say on behalf of the Clubhouse, thank you so much for the support that you show not only us, but all people in YouTube, Ham YouTube. You're a great inspiration and encouragement, and you deserve all the credit. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thanks,
really.
Man.
Thank you.
That.
Thank you.
And
love having you guys on.
I'd like to conclude this by saying, not to pat ourselves on the back here, but we kept it pretty PG tonight.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
There is a chance there's a chance we'll be going to heaven, I think.
Yeah.
We at least trimmed one day off of purgatory.
So exactly. So there you go.
Thanks, Jason.
I knew you guys could do it, and that's why I invited you tonight.
And we turned a 1 hour stream into a 2 hour stream. So
well, usually I go for about 90 minutes. So we're about 20 minutes over. I usually go for about 90 minutes, not the 1 hour.
Nice.
But it's all good. It's all good. All right, you guys hang out in Zoom for a little bit. Let me close it out, and I'll be back with you. Thank you very much for doing chat, guys.
Thanks, all.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Adios. 7-3.
Frank, share their link again in the chat real quick before you go. So thanks,
I'm not
guys.
going anywhere. I'm staying.
Well, I know. Before you get off screen, because I'm about to mute you.
It's Frank.
And you're muted. And those guys are muted. And you guys can't hear them now because they're muted. Seriously, go check out Ham Radio Clubhouse. I've been a guest on their stream 2 or 3 times. And they Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, which is 1 a.m. UTC Wednesday morning. So 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Really, really fun stream to be on. So thank you very much to my patrons. Go to patreon.com/ham radio. Check out my Patreon page over there. Special thanks to all the patrons in the chat tonight and all of you guys, once again, who are YouTube channel members. All of the folks with green text, their names are in green text with the special Ham Radio 2.0 logo to the right of their name. You guys are all YouTube channel members, and I appreciate your support of the channel. Check out gospelsocks.com, which I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, because we're kind of trying to do a pushed effort for, there we go, right there, for just a charitable donation type thing for the Christmas holidays this year. Go to gospelsocks.com, check out, scroll down to the bottom of the page, find their mailing address, go to Amazon, use my affiliate link if you can. Buy some socks, have them shipped there, put your Ham Radio call sign on the note for the package that ships there, and just be a charitable donation for people in need at North Texas shelters this year, this Christmas holiday season. 73 to all. Thank you very much for joining the chat today. I really, really love these live streams. I love having guests on the live streams. I love promoting ham radio in general. And this Christmas season is going to be a really fun season. We're going to have some really cool stuff coming up December and January. Definitely join the happy hours December 17th, I think that Friday. And then December 31st on Friday. That's going to be a fun stream right there. So you guys be sure and put that on your calendar. Join that. Hope to see you out there. 73 to all. Thanks for joining tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow night on Monday Night Ham Radio.